Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Adrian's Digital Basement 2. This is a second channel video where I'm going to try to do a candy review. My first ever. Now, a couple things. I have two cameras set up here, so that's a little different. I mean, I often use two cameras over there, but I'm using two cameras here so that I can have an up-close view of the candy, or whatever it is, on this camera, and then on this camera is the normal view. I have a shotgun mic on that camera, so I have no idea how this is going to sound from that microphone, but just in case, I'm using my old wireless mic here to the Panasonic camera here. So this is going to be an experiment. We'll see how it goes, and if it goes well, I'll make a bunch more of these. So the first candy we are going to dive into is candy from Shane from New Zealand. Shane sent some PCM CIA cards, which I showed on a regular mail call. I think I did. I hope I did. I'll put a link in the description to that video where I unbox the stuff and I show the PC cards. But I didn't test out the candy because it's all right here next to me in a bag, unopened. So we're going to open it now and give it a try. So the first thing we have here from Shane are some potato chips. Okay, I just had to adjust the camera angle there. So there they are, Big Night In from Bluebird, and these are garlic bread flavor. And as I said, these are all sweets and snacks and stuff that are specific to New Zealand. All things that I haven't tried. Oh, except there was one thing which I've already eaten, and they were Sour Patch Kids, or Sour Patch Kids. Little gummy candies that are quite sour. They sell those in the US. I will say really quickly that they tasted basically the same as the US ones, except I swear there were black currant flavored ones mixed in the bag, which we don't have here. But generally they were otherwise exactly the same. And I happen to like sour candy, so yeah, I've already eaten that whole bag because I had low blood sugar. Anyhow, these chips here, so you can see the back here. I just moved the camera so I can read the back of the package here. I really need a light behind me as well while I'm doing this because all the lights are in front of me, so when I'm trying to read the package, it's not so easy. Anyhow, crunch into the chip like yummy garlic bread. Now, like, who doesn't love garlic bread? Garlic bread is delicious. So potato chips or crisps, does it say crisps? Do they call them that in New Zealand? I'm sure they're called crisp there. Best before date? Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, potato chips in the United States, crisps pretty much everywhere else in the English-speaking world. Let's see how these taste. I'm excited. Oh, I just let out some air from New Zealand. I felt it blow out of the bag there. I ripped the bag in a very bad way, but the chips are kind of ruffles-like. They have ruffled edges. And I hope it's going to be good. Let's see. Those are quite good. They're not as garlicky as I thought they were going to be, but there's definitely a little bit of a butter garlic taste to them. And instead of bread, it's just sort of a garlicky potato chip flavor. And who doesn't like that? That sounds delicious to me. Let me have another one. All right, Bluebird, the Big Night In potato crisp garlic bread, pretty good. I do love potato chips. I love them. And whenever I travel abroad, I always go to the store and I pick out all the flavors that they sell there that they don't have here just to taste them. And I kind of indulge myself throughout the trip and buy them repeatedly, if the ones I like at least. I'd probably buy these. Although, yeah, on a trip to New Zealand, when I finally get there, I'll have to try out all the various potato chips that are available. All right, let's try the next thing out in the bag, which is I moved over here. I'm just going to bring everything out of the bag so it's a little easier for me to not have to reach down on the floor constantly. All right, next thing we're going to try is this Perky Nana from Cadbury. So chocolate bar, obviously. I do like chocolate. Not, I don't love it. Well, I like it. What am I saying? I think I prefer dark chocolate over milk chocolate, which is probably what this is here. So why am I using a knife to open a chocolate bar? That's just silliness. It's total silliness. I'll just tear this open. Let's see what this is like. Ooh, yes. There we go. Look at that. It's got a kind of a very gooey, okay. It's like chewing gum. What is this? It's so sticky. Wow. Okay, I guess I should have just bit into it instead of trying to break it off like that. Is this like a marshmallow, or is this what you call nougat? Let's see. Okay, so reading the label here, it kind of gives away what this is there. Is this in focus? I don't even know if this is in focus. Banana flavored chew bar coated with delicious milk chocolate. All right, well, that it is. It's fruity, it's sweet, and it has chocolate on it. I don't really, no, sorry, there was some noise up there. I don't really like chocolate coated fruity things like strawberries. Oh, those are okay, I guess. But you know, if you get a box of chocolate and there's cherries in there with chocolate on them, I do not like those at all. Like, that is not my thing. This sort of reminds me of that. Just the fact that it's sweet and kind of fruity flavor, and it's kind of a fake banana flavor as well. And then the chocolate, it's a combination I don't completely love. There's going to be people who like this, but not so much me. And it's really sticky. It's all over my hands. I'm going to go get them clean real quick. Perky Nanas. Okay, well, I'll have to have some people try those out. Maybe other people will like it. I'll do a little survey. Okay, next thing is milk bottles from Pascal. They look like marshmallow maybe, but I think it's probably going to be more like that white part of the candy on Haribo's. That's probably what this is going to be like. They're kind of soft feeling. On the back, there's some writing here that says, warning, please don't confuse Pascal's milk bottles with actual milk bottles. It's really hard to read the writing. It's like a white on this very light beige printing. But bottles with real milk. Okay, so I guess there's no real milk in this. I gotta say, there's nutritional information here. I really do prefer the way nutritional information is printed in the US. This is so hard to read. I mean, you know, with a magnifying glass it'd be fine, I'm sure, but it's certainly not really clear. And for someone like me who's a diabetic, who I'm constantly reading these labels in stores and whatever, the fact that it's so tiny is really not helpful. Anyhow, let's see what the milk bottles taste like. I'm going to use the knife on these. Oh, this knife is terrible. Keeps ripping the bag. All right, so that's what it looks like. I mean, I don't know. It definitely is squishy textured. Let's see what it tastes like. It's kind of unusual, and I can't say that I love it. I don't hate it. It's sort of a chalky texture, but it's squishy and gummy at the same time. So it's chalky and gummy. There's a slight hint of milk. I love milk, but I don't know. They're not too sweet. They're just unusual. I'd eat these. I'll eat the rest of this bag, no problem. Perky Nana, I'm not sure I'm going to eat the rest of those. Those will be gifts for other people to eat. But the milk bottles, let me try the rest of this. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I have to wonder that in New Zealand, are these universally liked? Does everyone like these? Or is it sort of like an older candy that some people like because it's nostalgic, other people don't? Something along those lines. It reminds me in the UK, there is some kind of candy called like Parma Violet or something like that. And they're like rose tasting candies and they're chalky. I kind of think those are interesting, but they're very weird tasting. And again, it's a candy where like I feel like maybe they were around the 50s and where you didn't have a lot of candy variety. So, you know, you ate those and you grew up loving them. But I think you gave those to like a person who's never had them before, and they're not really going to like them. Okay, the next thing, Rainbow Classic Pineapple Chunks. So it's going to be fruit and chocolate again. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to like that. But there they are. You can see the chunks, probably a pineapple, and they are wrapped in chocolate. And it does say made with real fruit juice. So are they actually actual pineapple in there, or is it just like pineapple juice? And if it's pineapple juice, that may not be my thing. And on the back, looks like they were making these since the 50s. And again, they're older, so I don't know if these are universally liked, but maybe they're universally liked. I noticed the nutritional information is a little easier to read on this package, a bit bigger, so that is nice. But it does say, made in New Zealand from local and imported ingredients. Okay, so let's give this a try. Oh, this knife is garbage. Every bag I open with that knife, it just tears it open. It doesn't actually cut through properly. I need to change the knife out. There is one of the chocolates. I'm kind of worried, but we'll see how it is. I actually kind of like these more than the Perky Nana, because Perky Nana seems to have more of a fake banana taste. This actually really does taste like pineapple juice. And the center is kind of a chewy, I mean, how to describe it? It's a chewy part that's very similar in texture to the Perky Nana, but really pineapple flavor is very strong. And that's actually kind of nice. But again, it's the fruit chocolate combo that I don't really love. So I wouldn't be chowing down on these all the time. This is something like, okay, it's cool. But yeah, but I think a lot of that's just personal preference, right? All right, I grabbed a brand new X-Acto knife with a fresh blade, so hopefully that's gonna not rip the bags. So next up we have Jaffas, and I've heard of these. I don't know where, but I've heard of these, maybe from my Australian friends who said these are really good. They seem like they're most likely like a chocolate-filled hard candy on the outside, chocolate on the inside ball of some kind. And that sounds Jaffas, chocolate, a kiwi icon. Whether you roll them or bounce them, the delicious Jaffa must be the most fun orange chocolate ball ever. Okay, do these taste like orange? Because if they do, then I may not like them as much as, as I think I will. Let's cut this open. Aha, look at that. The X-Acto blade does a nice cut without any tearing. Oh, right. Okay. So they really do look, uh-oh, they're rolling out on the table. They're kind of like I don't know, M&Ms a little bit. Get this chocolate all over the place. Hard shell, and let me bite into one. That's, well, I don't know. I don't know what I have to think about that. Very orange flavored, but kind of like a crunchy M&M, not the nut fill one, just the chocolate one, but the hard shell is very crunchy, and I like that, but the very strong taste of orange, again, is not my thing. And I apologize, Shane, for sounding ungrateful for you sending all this candy here. It's the fruit flavor stuff. Yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. I prefer like the savory nuts inside chocolate, things like that. So the sweet, So these are interesting. That's all I can say is interesting. I'm gonna eat these two though still, let's see. Yeah, pretty much I know I would love those if they didn't have the orange taste. If it was just like the chocolate with the hard candy, with a little bit of sweet maybe or whatever, it'd be good. But oh, they get kind of stuck on your teeth as well. Okay, moving on. I think we're down to the last thing, and these rather large chocolate bars here. One of them here is Whittakers 72% Coca Ghana Peppermint. Now that sounds good. Looks like dark chocolate, which I love. I really do like peppermint. I love mints. So this seems like a good combination. Made in New Zealand as well. And the back, it's got a lot of writing on it, so I don't think you're going to be able to really make much out of all of that. But we just know that it's good, honest chocolate, according to the back here, but it's made in New Zealand, so you can't beat that. And then the other one, it sounds even better. Whittakers Dark Almonds, so 72%. Oh, sorry, 62%. The other one was 72%. This one is 62%. And it has almonds, which I love in chocolate. I love almond chocolate. I don't know, nuts and chocolate. What a combo. What a combo. Especially dark chocolate like this. Okay, these are really big bars, so I'm going to obviously have to wrap all this up because I've only sampled a little bit of each one. And that's one of the downfalls of doing these taste tests on video, is I'm having to open everything. And normally you'd open it, then eat it, and then open something else and eat it. But now I have like all these open packages, so I have to kind of reseal everything in plastic bags and stuff to try to keep some of the freshness in, because I think I mentioned before, I am diabetic. So I eat this stuff relatively slowly when I have low blood sugar. It's not something I generally would snack on. Well, you know, sometimes I do have like a piece or two of chocolate and then, you know, meals and stuff. So anyhow, let's see how this dark chocolate with the almonds are. I'm just going to break it in the wrapper. I'm not sure how other people do it, but that's the way I do it. While it's still wrapped up, I'll break it up so I can avoid as many pieces everywhere. Ooh, this is interesting. So the wrapping is actually sealed. That's a little different than most of these foil wrappers, which sort of are, you know, they open up really easily. To cut that one open. Okay. There we go. Look at that. Really dark. Look at those almonds in there. That looks delish. Let's see. Yeah, what can you say? Dark chocolate, nuts. If you like dark chocolate, great combo. If you don't like dark chocolate, you're not going to like this at all. I do like it a lot. It's really good. I'm sure I have chocolate in my teeth now, which is really going to be super appealing to everyone on the internet. And that's how it goes when you're doing candy reviews. Let me try these peppermint one. Just going to rip the wrapper a little bit. There we go. The peppermint variety. Nothing too different. I mean, there's no nuts in this one, right? It's obviously filled, according to the wrapper, with some kind of a soft, gooey center. So let's see how that is. Yummy. There it is. There's that peppermint filled center. It's pretty soft and it's good. I mean, what else is there to say? It's peppermint, dark chocolate. Really good. And it's got a higher percentage of dark chocolate than the other one. I think because the peppermint has more sugar in it, so it's sweeter, the little mixture that's in there. So they can go darker with the chocolate, which has a more bitter taste. But it balances out with the peppermint sweet filling. Yum. All right, I think that's going to be it for this video. Shane, thank you very much for sending me these kiwi sweets. I just, like I said, I can't wait to get to New Zealand one day to try stuff out for myself. But New Zealand has to be one of the most beautiful countries on the planet. I mean, every time I see it in a movie or a TV show, it just makes me want to go there more and more. I was just watching the Netflix show Sweet Tooth, which is supposed to be set in the US, but clearly it was probably made during COVID time. So they made it in New Zealand, where really there isn't a COVID problem. And it's kind of apparent that it's not the US. And when they're out in the countryside, wow. Like it's just, I mean, there are beautiful things to see in North America. Don't get me wrong. Canada, the US, it's a stunning place as well. A varied landscape. You have deserts and all sorts of different climates and whatnot. But New Zealand, it's just otherworldly, which I guess is why Lord of the Rings was shot there, right? And The Hobbit and stuff like that. Anyhow, Shane, thanks again for sending that stuff for mail call and all this sweets. And thanks for watching this second channel candy review video. If you enjoyed it or not, let me know in the comment section below, because I do need feedback on if this is even interesting or anyone wants to see this stuff. I do have a lot more candy that's been sent in by all sorts of different viewers down here, kind of organized into boxes and things like that. So hopefully I haven't misplaced stuff. That's the one problem, is when you have like 40 packages of Haribo, for instance, trying to remember who sent what isn't always the easiest thing. But I think I've got a good system going where I've written people's names on the package. That really helps me out. So anyhow, if you like this video, yeah, like, you know, comments and thumbs up. But if not, you know what to do. And don't forget to subscribe. And of course, thanks to all my patrons. I really appreciate that. If you want to become a patron yourself, there's a link down below in the description. And I guess that's going to be it. So stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye.